Suprabhatam. We'll begin our class with a mantra that is called Sahanavavatu. I'm sure all of you know this mantra. Please join me. We'll all chant this mantra together. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Any science you would like to study will have its own rules. For example, if you want to study music, classical music, basically you have to know what Saptaswara is. All the Saptaswaras are you are supposed to know. Similarly, Vedic chanting also has formulated a few rules. What is the importance of the rule? I will read it for you later. Let me introduce the topic. The topic is the Vedic chanting, a perfectly formulated oral tradition. A perfectly formulated oral tradition means there were no scripts or scriptures were available when this was conceived or revealed. So how they were revealed? Point 1. Yasya vishvasitam nishvasitam vedaha. So what is the translation of this Sanskritam? Our tradition believes that the Vedas are the breath of God Himself. Breath means it's very natural. So, Jagat Srishti is called a Srishta. So, Ishvara is the Veda Pranita. So, all the Vedas, they come from Ishvara. That's how you see the significance of it in our Dakshinamurti idol. He is holding Vedas in hand. Okay, that's point 1. So the point 2 is, with a belief, our rishis exercised enormous care to preserve the Vedas in its original form, without the infiltration of any errors. Because I already introduced the word oral tradition, okay? If there is a script, there is no chance of making any mistake, but it is oral tradition. So this care is very important, whatever I read it before you. Especially in the absence of writing and through only an oral transmission from father to son, teacher to disciple, for thousands of years. This is an accomplishment of unimaginable proportion, considering the vast magnitude of mantras contained in the Vedas. Such a preservation with built-in safeguards is mind-boggling. So that's the note written by author, by Sri Subramaniam. So it is believed that the complete benefit of Veda mantras could be achieved only when the following conditions are met. Okay, what are those conditions? Correct pronunciation of words. It's called akshara shuddhi. And the second one is correct duration of utterance of letters. Matra shuddhi. The correct intonation of letters is called swara shuddhi. These are the three broad categories. Akshara shuddhi, matra shuddhi, and swara shuddhi. Okay. In addition to that, they have also added few more things, like our rishis prescribed several foolproof methods to correctly recite the Veda mantras. 6 ways of recitation were considered incorrect, and they are incorrect means you have to correct them if you are not endowed with it. What is that? Giti shigri shirah kapi tata likhita pathakaha anarthadnyaha alpakanthascha shadyete pataka dhamaha adhama pataka. Okay. What is the translation of this? One who chants in a sing-song fashion, giti. Mantra should not be sung. The popular tune is there. Everybody likes it. Which one? Om bhurbhuvassuva tatsavitruvarenyam is there. But in Samagayana, it is allowed. We chant. But of course, there the matras are kept in view. Okay, giti. That's one. Then second is shigri, who chants fast, just for sake of chanting, fast, is called shigri. Shigra means fast. Shigri, one who chants fast, is called shigri. Then who holds his head up and down without actually, that's one who, because when you learn, you don't know whether you are really going up because the different swaras are there. High intonation mark, low intonation mark, and middle intonation mark. For example, Om Sahana Bhavatu. All of us, we do it in the beginning, but when you learn chanting properly, going head up and down is not necessary. So the number one is Shigri, sing-song fashion, who chants fast. Then Shigri, who nods his head up and down without actually raising or lowering the pitch. So when you raise the head, it has to go up. Lower, you have to come down. So that is the rule. Then Shirah Kapi, Shirah Kapi is there. Then Tatha Likita Patakaha. And Likita Pataka means what? No exception, including teacher, we are all using who reads from a book. He is Likita Patakaha. Of course, in those days, script was not there and everything was stored here. So, but the same rule has been continued. So, Likita Patakaha. Then, Anarthadnyaha. What is Anarthadnyaha? Who chants without knowing the meaning. Anarthadnyaha. Okay. Then Alpakanthascha, the next one is Alpakanthascha. What is one who chants in a feeble voice? You say, my God, so many rules you have made. I mean, you should encourage us. Instead of that, you are discouraging by introducing all these terms. No. What they mean to say is, if you don't have this, there is a possibility that you can develop all this. That's what it is meant here. Alpakanthascha, feeble voice, are considered incorrect, adhama. There, adhama, they have translated incorrect. Adhama means it's considered as the lower. It's not considered the best. You can pass as a chanter, but not the best that way. So there is a traditional story. We don't have much time to that. I'll quickly read this one and try to learn Sadhana Panchakam. They believed that altering the pitch altering the pitch in the bracket without any change, words and duration, bracket complete, might lead to diametrically opposite effect. That is the power of the swara. As related in the story of Vratra, who instead of killing Indra, got killed by Indra. It happened the other way. Just a change in the intonation alone of the mantras chanted by Vratra, father's Toshta, father of Toshta. So idea is, if you change the swaras, then you are changing the meaning of the swaras. And in Vedic literature, even each syllable has a meaning. Usually when words means, you should have 2-3 syllables, then that forms the word. But here even, for example, ja is there. Give an example. So the intonation mark is underneath. But by mistake, if you say up, so it changes the meaning. So you have to pay due attention to each swaras. Then there are 6 auxiliary sciences are there. To begin with, Shiksha. Shiksha means what? Science of pronunciation. So there, it is the rules of correct pronunciation and articulation of sounds are given in Vedanta known as a Shiksha in one of the Upanishads. What is that? Shiksha deals with the Varna. Varna means what? Letters. All the letters. All letters. Then swaras. This is very important. Pitch. It's not pitch. It is swara means there are essentially 3 swaras, namely udatta, high tone, anudatta, low tone or gravely accented or low pitched, and swarita is middle. Okay. So duration, prosodical unit of time, and balam is the strength. Strength means what? You emphasis ko, etc. That is the strength or force of articulation. And sama is uniformity, and santanam is continuity during the recitation. So these are the 6 important ingredients of chanting: varna, swara, matra, balam, sama, santana. Just remember these things. When you chant mantras, all these rules you have to remember. But when you chant shloka, there are no swaras. Okay. There are no swaras means, for example, vedo, nityamadhīyatāṃ, taduditaṃ. There are no swaras there. But other ingredients, varna, matra, balam, they are all applicable here. Okay. Just one mantra we will chant, which is known to all of you on page number 9. If the handout maintains the same page number, open page number 9. On top there is a Dakshinamurti Stotram. Underneath there is a Shanti Mantra, which we already chanted before the class. You can see there some mark there. They are not mistakes or anything. They are not typos. Under sa there is a line there. Above the na there is one line there. So under the sa is called anudatta. Anudatta means you are expected to go down when you chant that syllable. Then when you come to the na, There is a that's the syllable you have to go up. And at the end you see hai on hai, there are two lines. That is called swaritaha. I will chant for you. Listen to me, then you can repeat after me. Om Sahana Bhavatu. Chant. So now you didn't give emphasis, so you have to give an emphasis there. Om Sahana Bhavatu. Sahanau bhunaktu. Sahaviryam karavavahai. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Ma vidvishavahai. Okay, now you remember Udatta, Anudatta, Sarita. I will briefly mention it, then we'll move forward to learn Sadhana Panchakam. You can listen to me one more time. You not have to repeat. Om Sahana Bhavatu. Sahanau bhunaktu. Sahaviryam karavavahai. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So they introduced two more grammatical rules there. Saha Viryam Karvavahai. Viryam is there, Makara followed by Kakara. But what happens there when you chant together? The nasal of the Kakara, Kakagaganya. So it is not Viryam Karva, it's Viryam Karvavahai. Then when you chant the Shanti together, three Shantis, the Visarga followed by Shakara, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So double one more Shakara is introduced between Visarga and Shakara. You remember that. Okay, this is little bit introduction about the Vedic chanting. Now we'll try to learn Sadhana Panchakam, one or two shlokas. So piece number 11. This is governed by the meter. So it has each line has 19 syllables. Okay. Vedo nityamadhīyatāṃ. Taduditaṃ. Karma svanuṣṭhīyatāṃ. Teneśasya. Vidhīyatāmapacitiḥ. Kāmye matistyajyatām. Pāpaughaḥ paridhūyatāṃ. Bhavasukhe. Doṣo'nusandhīyatā. Mātmecchā vyavasīyatāṃ. nijagṛhāttūrṇaṃ vinirgamyatām. Good. Now we'll try to chant each line. Vedo nityamadhīyatāṃ taduditaṃ karma svanuṣṭhīyatāṃ. teneśasya vidhīyatāmapacitiḥ kāmye matistyajyatām. pāpaughaḥ paridhūyatāṃ bhavasukhe doṣo'nusandhīyatā. mātmecchā vyavasīyatāṃ nijagṛhāttūrṇaṃ vinirgamyatām. Good. So now we will all chant this shloka together. Vedo nityamadhīyatāṃ taduditaṃ karma svanuṣṭhīyatāṃ teneśasya vidhīyatāmapacitiḥ kāmye matistyajyatām. pāpaughaḥ paridhūyatāṃ bhavasukhe doṣo'nusandhīyatā. mātmecchā vyavasīyatāṃ nijagṛhāttūrṇaṃ vinirgamyatām. So we learn the first shloka. The second one, this we'll try to learn. Saṅgasastu vidhīyatāṃ bhagavato bhaktirdhṛḍādhīyatāṃ śāntyādih parichīyatāṃ dhrಢतरम् karmaṣu santyajyatāṃ sadvidvānupasarpyatāṃ pratidinam tatpādukāsevyatāṃ brahmaikākṣaramartyatāṃ śrutishiro vakyam samākarṇyatāṃ. Good. Now I'll chant each line. Saṅgasastu vidhīyatāṃ bhagavato bhaktirdhṛḍādhīyatāṃ śāntyādih parichīyatāṃ dhrಢतरम् karmaṣu santyajyatāṃ. sadvidvānupasarpyatāṃ pratidinam tatpādukāsevyatāṃ. brahmaikākṣaramartyatāṃ śrutishiro vakyam samākarṇyatāṃ. Good. We'll all chant together. Second one. Saṅgasastu vidhīyatāṃ bhagavato bhaktirdhṛḍādhīyatāṃ śāntyādih parichīyatāṃ dhrಢतरम् karmaṣu santyajyatāṃ sadvidvānupasarpyatāṃ pratidinam tatpādukāsevyatāṃ brahmaikākṣaramartyatāṃ śrutishiro vakyam samākarṇyatāṃ. Third one. वाक्यार्थश्च विचार्यताम् श्रुतिशिरः पक्षः समाश्रीयताम् दुस्तर्कात् सुविरम्यताम् श्रुतिमतस्तर्कोऽनुसन्धीयताम् ब्रह्मैवास्मि विभाव्यतामहरः गर्वः परित्यज्यताम् देहेऽहं मतिरुज्यताम् बुधजनैः वादः परित्यज्यताम्. Okay, one each line I will chant. वाक्यार्थश्च विचार्यताम् श्रुतिशिरः पक्षः समाश्रीयताम् दुस्तर्कात् सुविरम्यताम् श्रुतिमतस्तर्कोऽनुसन्धीयताम् ब्रह्मैवास्मि विभाव्यतामहरः गर्वः परित्यज्यताम् देहेऽहं मतिरुज्यताम् बुधजनैर्वादः परित्यज्यताम्. Okay, so fourth and fifth shlokas are there. We don't have, but what we'll do is all the three shlokas that we have learnt, we'll chant together one more time. Vedo nityamadhīyatāṃ taduditaṃ karma svanuṣṭhīyatāṃ teneśasya vidhīyatāmapacitiḥ kāmye matistyajyatām pāpaughaḥ paridhūyatāṃ bhavasukhe doṣo'nusandhīyatā mātmecchā vyavasīyatāṃ nijagṛhāttūrṇaṃ vinirgamyatām saṅgasastu vidhīyatāṃ bhagavato bhaktirdhṛādhīyatāṃ shantyādih parichīyatāṃ dridhataram karmaṣu santyajyatām sadvidvānupasarpyatāṃ pratidinam tatpādukāsevyatāṃ brahmaikākṣaramartyatāṃ śrutishiro vakyam samakarñyatāṃ vakyārthascha vichāryatāṃ śrutishirah pakṣah samāśrīyatāṃ दुस्तर्कात् सुविरम्यताम् श्रुतिमतस्तर्कोऽनुसन्धीयताम् ब्रह्मैवास्मि विभाव्यतामहरः गर्वः परित्यज्यताम् देहेऽहं मतिरुज्यताम् बुधजनैर्वादः परित्यज्यताम्. So I will chant this, you can listen to me. क्षुद्यादिश्च चिकित्स्यतां प्रतिदिनं भिक्षौषधं भुज्यतां स्वाद्वन्नं न तु याच्यतां विधिवशात् प्राप्तेन सन्तुष्यतां शीतोष्णादिविष्यहतां न तु वृथा vakyam samuccharyataṃ audasinyaṃabhīpsyatāṃ janakrupai naishturyamutssrujyatāṃ ekante sukhamasyatāṃ paratare cetassamadhīyatāṃ purnātmā susamīkṣatāṃ jagadidam tadbādhitam drishyatāṃ prakarma pravilāpyatāṃ citibalānyāpyuttaraishishlatyaṃ prārabdham tviha bhujyatāmatama parabrahmātmanasthīyatāṃ. So we'll chant together. If you're all comfortable, we'll chant together these two shlokas. Kshuddhyādischa cikitsatāṃ pratidinam bhikṣauṣadham bhujyatāṃ svādvannam natu yācyatāṃ vidhivasāt prāptena santuṣyatāṃ shītoṣnādibhisahyatāṃ natu vrthā vākyam samucchāryatāṃ audasinyaṃabhīpsyatāṃ janakrupā naishturyamutssrujyatāṃ ekante sukhamasyatāṃ paratare cetassamadhīyatāṃ purnātmā susamīkṣatāṃ jagadidam tadbādhitam drishyatāṃ prakarma pravilāpyatāṃ citibalānyāpyuttaraishlishatāṃ prārabdham tviha bhujyatāmatha parabrahmātmanasthīyatāṃ. So this is a tune you can chant. So just for one satisfaction, usually we are supposed to not to see the book and chant. So we'll see whether we can do the first one. Even I don't know, but I will try. Vedo nityamadhīyatāṃ taduditaṃ karma svanuṣṭhīyatāṃ teneśasya vidhīyatāmapacitiḥ kāmye matistyajyatām pāpaughaḥ paridhūyatāṃ bhavasukhe doṣo'nusandhīyatā mātmecchā vyavasīyatāṃ nijagṛhāttūrṇaṃ vinirgamyatām. Okay, thank you very much, and keep practicing these shlokas, then they will become yours. Now it all somebody's shlokas now. Means what? You have to depend upon book, you have to depend upon teacher, but when you practice on your own, then it becomes yours. Same thing happens in Vedanta Shastra also. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Nididhyasana means you own up what you have learned. Similarly, keep practicing. It will grow upon you. That's what Pujya Swamiji would say. So with this note, I will conclude this class. Thank you very much for coming and attending this class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.